Hey everybody, welcome back. It's time for power rankings. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's time for power rankings for week number 2. All right, so let's get started. At number 32, Jacksonville Jaguars. Meyer looks like he's on his way out, even that's just one game. Trevor Lawrence didn't look all that great in his debut. The defense gave up a ton of yards at a ton of points to Tyrod Taylor. Run game was the absolute. So both the Texans offensive and defensive run games, their run defense and their run game for the offense, both did feel terrible. Mark Ingram was getting going early. Philip Lindsay had a few good rushes. Heck, even David Johnson had a couple of carries. But yeah, Jaguars did not look good at all whatsoever. They're at the very bottom. But they won the New York Jets, another team that just looked absolutely awful. I think they're going to continue to be awful. They should be fighting for a top 5 pick. I think they probably will get a top 5 pick to help out Zach Wilson. I don't see the Jets improving anytime soon. Number 30, the Detroit Lions. I was debating on whether I put the Lions here 29. I think the Lions could do. I think the Lions probably have a weaker overall roster than Atlanta, who I have at number 29. Plus, with the Lions losing Jeff Okudah for the season, that hurts as well. Number 29 is the Atlanta Falcons. Another team that just looked absolutely awful. Matt Ryan was terrible. The offensive line couldn't get anything going. Jalen Hurts Hurts had a really good year. I think Atlanta will stay at 29. I don't think Atlanta's going anywhere either. Number 28 is the Houston Texans. I think Texans are same thing. I don't think they're going to go anywhere this season. I don't think they're going to be all that good. I have them higher mainly because they won a game, unlike the bottom 4, but it's hard to put them any higher. Number 27 is the Chicago Bears. And it don't look terrible. The defense looked worse. Heck, there was not that many mentions of Khalil Mack, Eddie Jackson. I know add to him. Just the Bears were a complete mess all around. So yeah, I think the Bears will be at 27. I don't think they'll improve, especially with Andy Dalton at quarterback. If we see more Justin Fields, maybe they'll move up a few spots, but for now. Number 36, the New York Giants. Daniel Jones fumbles. Daniel Jones can't hold on to the ball. So there are few pretty mediocre passing plays. Defense just gave up a bunch of yardage to Teddy Bridgewater. Bridgewater had a fantastic day, mainly because the Giants defense isn't that great. I think, and there are a few times where Joe Judge made me completely lose my mind, like when he challenged a scoring play. Number 25, the Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins, drill. Kirk Cousins looked underwhelming. Makes Zimmer look more so. But Vikings defense looked absolutely terrible. I think the Vikings are staying at 25. I don't see them. Actually, I could see them moving up, especially if they start to get more into that playoff hunt. But not only after Dalvin Cook fumble, but getting the Bengals back in the field goal range, I don't see the Vikings moving up all that much. Number 24, the Indianapolis Colts. Another team that looks pretty flat. One's going to get anything going. Defense got absolutely gashed by Wilson. Wilson, I think, had 4-5 touchdowns. Wilson just did whatever he could to that defense. Colts defense looked absolutely awful. No other way to put it. I think the Colts will probably move up in the future. Don't like their defense out that much, but they could move up because of the front seven and because of Wentz and the offense. But other than that, I don't see them moving all that much. Number 23, the New England Patriots. I want to put them higher because the Matt Jones did impress me a little bit. And the defense has a few good plays. But it's so hard to put them higher because they don't have the amount of promise as the upper teams do. Like, for example, number 22, the Carolina Panthers. Darnold looked improved. The secondary was pretty good as well. Then again, it was the New York Jets, and they looked absolutely terrible. I got to see more out of Carolina in order to see them as a true playoff contender. But yeah, Carolina 22. Harrison moved. Just again, number 21 at the Green Bay Packers. Rodgers looked absolutely terrible. The secondary was even more terrible. I mean, just so many problems with the Green Bay Packers coming out of the gate. Jameis Winston had 5 touchdowns, perfect passer rating. Looked absolutely amazing against a Packers defense that looked to be improved. So yeah, Packers at 21. Hard to put them higher. Really is, especially with how bad Rodgers' defense looked. Number 20, the Tennessee Titans. Derrick Henry couldn't get anything going. Ryan Tannehill had a pretty bad game. Defense looked absolutely terrible. Once again, I want to put them higher because they do have a lot of promise. But I keep it out at 20. Number 19 is the Washington football team. I was going to put them up toward the mid-teens, probably like 15, 14. But after the Fitzpatrick injury, I got to put them lower. And defense held their own, but that offense still couldn't get anything going. Kind of disappointed that McLaurin didn't do much, but Washington, once again, could rebound easily. But we'll see what happens with the receiving core and with Fitzpatrick as well. All right, number 18, we got the Miami Dolphins. Tua just didn't look good at all. The defense kept them in the game, but the Patriots running back Damian Harrison fumbled that. They could have easily lost that, and they could have been lower because of it. But because of how promising and how clutch the defense came in on that drive, I'm keeping the Dolphins at 18. Number 17 is the Dallas Cowboys. That Prescott had a really good game. My receiving core was pretty decent as well. There are big problems and why they're not higher. The running game went absolutely nowhere. And the secondary, and the defense, especially the secondary, absolutely got gashed. However, they did force a few turnovers. That offense, pass interference, no call. Maybe they win. But once again, it's Tom Brady. Who knows? Number 16, the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow had a pretty good bounce back game after the injury. Jamar Chase can finally catch a ball. And the defense came in clutch with the Cook fumble. But besides that, I'm mainly putting the Bengals in the top half because of the amount of promise they have. At number 15, we got the NFC least division leaders right now, the Philadelphia Eagles. Once again, I'm not putting them any higher because it's only one game and Atlanta absolutely sucks. It's 4. But Jalen Hurts shows a lot of promise. If he has a lot of swap, I really like him. He could be a really good leader for that locker room. I like what Devontae Smith did. Jalen Reagor had a few good catches. We'll see how bad the Ertz injury is. But even then, Dallas Goedert has had some good games in the past. I'm keeping the Eagles at 15 for now. Number 14, we got the Denver Broncos. I really like Teddy Bridgewater in this game. He had a fantastic game. And though the Jerry Jeudy injury does suck, I'm expecting KJ Hamler and Cortland Sutton to step up. I think Denver has a lot of promise. I think their ceiling can be pretty high. Obviously, their floor is really low with the question marks. But Denver could be a top 10 team in the future, making that NFC West. And remember, this is the first NFC West team in the power rankings. So we could see a lot more NFC. So we could see all 4 NFC West teams probably in the top 10 in the future. Number 13 is the Baltimore Ravens. I may sound a bit biased considering the other 2 teams that are behind all have wins. And because of how bad secondary and the offensive line played. Besides the few fumbles, Lamar Jackson had a pretty good game, pretty good day. Okay? And Tyson Williams showed a lot of promise. If Tyson Williams can get going more, and the front 7 can apply more pressure, because I did like the front 7 early in the game. But toward the end, when the front 7 started to let up, that's when the defense folded. Once again, this is there's a lot of high pedigree, a lot of high promise, but I got to keep them out of the top 10 because they lost. Number 12 is the Buffalo Bills. Yes, even though they lost, yes, their offense didn't look that great. But this is another team that has a lot of promise. The offensive lines got to improve. Secondaries got to improve. Front 7 looked pretty good, especially stopping the run game. But that secondary really needs to step up. And of course, the offensive line just kept getting pressure after pressure. Just couldn't stop guys like TJ Watt or Melvin Ingram. And number 11 is the Las Vegas Raiders. Feels so weird to see them in the top half of the list. But Derek Carr does have that clutch side in him. And of course, they got the 3rd best tight end in the game. And of course, and the front 7 has a lot. Front 7 showed a lot of promise. They can show that they can get to the quarterback. And this is one thing that I noticed about the Ravens Raiders game is that for both sides, if the front 7 can apply pressure, the quarterback's either going to get sacked or have a very bad throw. But if the front 7 cannot get pressure, whether it's Derek Carr or Lamar Jackson, they could have all day to throw, and they're gonna find a dart, whether it's Darren Waller or Hollywood Brown. Heck, I said a few drops. Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews had 2 timely drops that really cost us the game. Number 10, the Seattle Seahawks. I really want to put them higher. Russell Wilson, impressive day. Wide receiving core, absolutely amazing. Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf are still showing that they can be the best receiving duo in football. I gotta put it's so hard for me not to put Seattle higher because of how well that offense looks. But the defense. Once again, the defense did apply pressure. The defense did look pretty good. But I just don't know whether the defense can do it time and time again on a consistent manner. The defense starts to struggle again, and Russell Wilson can't get the plays out in time, then Seattle could fall flat on their face. At number 9 is the New Orleans Saints. Defense absolutely shut down Aaron Rodgers. As I said before, Rodgers had no time to throw when we knew it throw. He was inaccurate. He did not look good at all. And then, of course, you got Jameis Winston throwing 5 touchdowns, throwing just dart after dart. I believe he had a perfect pass rating, too. Really good bounce back game for Jameis. He looked pretty good. But then again, it could be one of those Jameis Winston type situations in Tampa Bay where he'll have one of the 5 touchdowns game and then throw 5 interceptions next. But if it can avoid the turnovers, Jameis Winston could be the next Saints great quarterback. And the Saints, not just Sean Payton, but the Saints' history in the past has shown that they can develop QBs. But anyways, moving on at number 8, we got the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray looked great. Christian Kirk was a big, impressive guy in this game on the offense. And of course, on the defense, you got Chandler Jones, which had like 5 sacks and forced a few fumbles. And I don't know whether you can blame Ryan Tannehill for that or the offensive line, as their offensive line just could not block Chandler Jones. Like Chandler Jones was in the backfield just about every single play. 5 sacks, I believe he had 2 forced fumbles. And then the offense, and of course the offense looks really good. Number 7, you got the Pittsburgh Steelers. I really hate seeing the Steelers up here. I really do. Especially as a Ravens fan. But credit where credit is due. The receiving core looks good, and the defense looks good. I don't know if I'm giving them too much credit, especially considering their run game still doesn't look the greatest. But with the receiving core and the defense, they could improve a lot from this. I don't want to call them Super Bowl just yet. Mainly these top 6. Top 6 are more Super Bowl better Super Bowl contenders than the Steelers. But the Steelers look pretty good. Number 6, the Cleveland Browns. Even without OBJ, Browns receiving core looks really good. I can't remember his name. I know he was a wide receiver from Auburn, a rookie. But he had himself a really good day. He had a really good day, and the rest of the Browns receiving core was pretty good too. Yeah, so I got the Browns at number 6. Moving on, you got the Rams at number 5. Again, I want to see them higher. I probably want to put them higher because of how well their defense played and their offense had an even better day. I mean, I could put them higher. Once again, gotta see more from Stafford. Gotta see more from that run game. Gotta see like their biggest problem, and what I want to see more of is consistency. Can they stay at a consistent basis and be a top 10 team? And honestly, their ceiling is Super Bowl. Ceiling is Super Bowl. I I don't see the Rams. I don't see the Rams being a Super Bowl team just yet, but they can easily be there in the next couple of years. Number 4, the LA Chargers. Herbert had a really good game. And once again, he's shown promise that he could be the next great Philip Rivers or Dan Fouts for the Chargers, which just like the Packers or Saints have a really good quarterback history. And then of course their wide receiver core had a pretty good game too. And then the defense, even with the Fitzpatrick injury, the defense looked pretty good. Number 3, you got the San Fran 49ers. I was so much debating on them, the Chargers, the Rams, the Browns, Pittsburgh, between 3 to 7. But with how good the offense looked and the defense had a pretty good game too. Considering they had to step up after considering Jared Goff was driving down the field and could have sent that game into overtime. I regretted the 49ers at number 3. I do think they have a lot of promise and they could be a Super Bowl contender. And number 2, the Kansas City Chiefs. Number 2 and number 1 are kind of obvious. I mean, the Cleveland, let's say the Browns won. I would probably still have Tampa Bay at number 1. Browns would probably jump to number 2. Kansas City would probably drop to number 3. Especially how close that game was. That is how close that game is. That is the big reason why the Browns, even though they lost, are still in the top 10. And I do think the Chiefs have a bright future. I do like their receiving core. Defense still got to show some more effort out there. But once again, with Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Mecole Hardman, like you just cannot stop that offense whatsoever. And number 1, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What is that to say about Tampa Bay? Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, Antonio Brown, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. And the defense, while they did give up a few scoring drives, defense didn't look all that great either. I think the defense is going to improve over time, though. I'm not worried about the defense. And neither am I about this offense. Because Antonio Brown and Gronk both showed up. But both looked like they were back in 2016 form. So yeah, this is my power rankings heading into week 2. I will see you guys next time. I'm hoping to get my predictions in either Wednesday or Thursday. But we'll see with how bad my schedule is. Peace out. Make sure to like and subscribe as usual. I will see you guys next time. And peace out.